Hi guys, here you're talking to Mike Tepo Tukahomu. I'm from Springs Kotema. Not an analyst, just an ads space provider. I work with a lot of artists, and the initiative currently, now what I can say, it's going somewhere. It's productive. So initially I started in 2008 with Bambo Sibia and some other artists like Ed Waiko, like Kamukhelo Masemula, and Freddy, and a lot of artists, Bambo Sibia. So in 2003 I had the opportunity to work with this artist, Bambo Sibia. I have a portfolio, so I want someone to teach me how to draw or to add on my portfolio. So I have this opportunity to meet him and work for his company. So he auditioned me, I auditioned as a singer, as a musician, and after that he told me, no man, come and work for my company. His company name, Blue Bean. So from there I was working with him. We worked a lot. We're doing t-shirts, audio videos, video. Okay, we're doing video editing, films, short films, hip hop, mixture, videos, and everything. So any alternative that. Hi people, my name is Tepo Tukahomu. I'm from Amori Gold, Rada Finance. We are a art specimen. Me together with my friend or my colleague or my partner in crime, Tlanta Gianni. We find this model to help people via art. So it's not perfectly or anything that on some sort, but we are helping people, not struggling artists, but even big artists to have even bigger platforms. So we here, Extension 7, Hamba. Extension 7. We're gonna meet these two elusive, rather big artists who are doing some great moves. Guys, it's gonna be crazy. They are big, they are huge. Let's go in. We're gonna add on our collaborative effort to allocate what people are needing in terms of knowledge or the image of art that they're looking for. So now I'm gonna talk with one of the best Springs luminaries. He's not a luminary, he's a mentor. He's mentored a lot of artists. Okay, thank you. Okay, Malume, in English we call them Malume. Okay, now I'm gonna ask questions and listen. Okay, Malume Rocky, I'm gonna ask these questions and I'm not gonna be around the bush, just gonna be specific. Why the name Rocky?
The name Rocky, I get it to my father, the one I was going with. He took me here to Swaziland. So when I growing up, when he look at me playing, he say, you son, you're the rockhead. You must rock.
Okay.
It's where I used to get the name Rocky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Quite interesting. Now you know when the name Rocky comes from. Don't ask me questions. Okay, now I'm gonna ask you about this art, perspectiveness, the effort, the being behind this art. What were you thinking, or the mind behind it? What were your thoughts? Because this is pure summon, this is clean. There's no ambush here, but there is intelligence here, art-wise. So, what about it? What were you thinking? Why the calabash? Why this roots for the pot? Why that?
Yeah, man. Yeah, art behind. This fire pot, man, the time I was given to do this fire pot, it's when we come in Swaziland. I was living with the elder. So the elder always, when we out, when we come back, he was to say to me, hey, make a fire pot. So that fire was this pot. This pot used to growing me as the elder was growing me with this pot and say, boy, build this pot so that you must eat. So it's where I'm starting to build this fire pot, because I come from the hand of the fireman, you know. When you're growing up in the hands of the old man, growing up in the fire hands, because you must go straight, you mustn't go astray, you know, because you must come a fire when you're growing up. So right now I'm a fireman, they call me fire. Why they call me fire? I come to the hands of the fireman. The fireman is the man of the pot. The pot used to grow me up.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So this pot is spinning. This is the wood of the pot, you know. Before the pot must get hot, you must go and collect the wood and make a fire. So there the pot come from.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Rather it is called free pot. Never forget that. Okay, now Malume Rocky, how did your car art came about? The first people you met, and where were you born? In Swaziland, as you said, ne? The name of the primary school and the name of the secondary school.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I am born here Guatemala, and then I go in Swaziland in the time of the apartheid. When I go that side, I'm learning in the school, they call it St. Andrew's School in Malkens. Secondary school, I was in Dwalile, the place they call it Dwalile place, next to Sandlane, border gate. So after my father passed away, I decided to come back to see my mom, because my mom was this side. So I met my mom 1989. 1991, I meet the patrons in a dance hall. So we mingle together. When I visit the patrons, I get them, they do art style, you know. They do what me love, they do what me is. So it's where I'm see that, hey, I must come together with the patrons because they do the art, you know. So it's where I started to mingle with the patrons 1991. I feel them, they feel I, we do one thing, artworks. Always we come together, we share about this artwork, we say, hey, you can live with this, you know. So Bedrin Bull is the one, and Tumsana was giving me more spear, because we used to make art and go houses, house by house, we sell them. We get coins when we come together, we sell food, we eat, we feel iron, we get happy, we see the powers of the art. So it's where I get the fire of the art to Bedrin Bull and Tumsana.
Okay, primary and secondary, where did you go?
Primary.
Secondary?
Secondary, I was in Dwalile High School in Swaziland.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So 1991, I crossed the border, I come back this side to see my mom, because my father was passed away that time.
Okay. So, Uncle Rocky, when and where did you meet this art lover and teacher, philanthropist, philosopher? I don't know how can I put it. Prapol Madipala as your mentorship,
Yeah,
your
man.
mentor. When did you meet him, and how did you work together?
We meet Prapol together with the patrons, Buliman, in the times where he was visiting the meetings of the artworks. They used to tell us, say there's an artworks meeting. It's where we used to meet Prapol. Prapol give us more spear about artworks. And he tell us that, hey, you mustn't give up in art. You must keep on trying, and then try plenty things, because the more you do, the more you get more knowledge in art. It's where we get spear from Prapol.
Okay, now in closing, what are your words? How can you advise an upcoming artist? And first, how can you advise an upcoming artist? Two, why do you want to exhibit now? Why do you think this is a right platform or a right time for you to exhibit? In closing.
Yeah. What me I go say about the young ones, they come in a back of INA in art. Patient, you know. Whatever you're doing in this land by this time, you must have a patient, and you mustn't just hush things to say you want to make dollar quick. You must see your works that are how strong they are while you are keeping them in your ghettos. It's where you're gonna see the powers of the art, that you know you can do art. The more you do it, you make it plenty, you know. So I this time, while you want to exhibit the works of I, it's the time, you know, because it's long time we make art, and it's long time we get corruption in art. We used to keep our art because we was running away from corruption. But now is the time of I to exhibit, because it's been long we work and been long we hide ourselves. So now is the time for I to exhibit, to show the world what we have. See, are you ready? Can I say something?
Okay, now in closing this thing, we are Amore Gold Finance Radar. Gonna hear something from Uncle Rocky. Then after that, gonna tell us his name and his surname. Then we're closing this page. Hope you enjoy.
My name is Livingstone Bongan Rocky Shabang. I'm born Guatem and growing up in Swaziland in the hands of Rastom, the big artist used to. Yeah, I feel airy today because today I'm with the petrol that gonna put her in a green light. So what? Just bless no man cares in this time and the coming time. See you.
Okay, part 3 of this documentary or short film. Now I'm gonna talk about these 2 artists. These are like my uncles, but my distance uncle, not far distance, but distance uncles. So here is Malume, we call it in Zulu, Uncle Bully. His name is Peter Zamani. He was working with my uncle, so I was groomed by them, not art-wise, but as a person depicted from there. You're originally from the Hlubi tribe, ne? Alright. So you came in South Africa, your like allegiance or your tribe came in South Africa towards the post-Anglo War or post-Boer War for that time. Ne? Okay, now you've grown up in the early 80s or late 70s. How was your upbringing as a person, not as an artist, as a person normally? How was your upbringing?
Actually, I grew up in a bad situation.
Okay.
Yeah. By the things, the people that they do, you see,
Okay.
Corruption, all that.
Okay.
So,
That was that. Okay, Malum Patrick. When do you start this affirmative or this pristine thingy of yours, this artistic formula, the artistic form, like if we can put it in like words? When do you start? Primary, secondary?
actually, it started when I was at Togozo School.
Okay.
We were doing what we used to call handworks.
Okay.
And then I used to draw with a pencil, you see. And then it did go further,
Okay, secondary?
even in secondary.
Ntlakula.
If
Okay, so where or when do you meet with Umalum Rocky and Umalum Dumsa? When? Do you grow? Are you childhood friends, or you just got up one day and just decided we're gonna work together and we're gonna push this because you had a morale, you know? So when did you meet? How did you meet, the three of you? Because you are 3 musketeers, you're like Benny Weller, Bob Marley, and Peter Tosh. How? Depict for me, how did you meet and when did you meet?
basically, we did meet. It was 91, if I'm not mistaken. We used to go dances.
Okay.
You see. That's where I did meet him. You see. Yeah. So that one, Dumsane.
My uncle.
Yeah, we did grow up together. You see.
Okay.
And then we did meet brother.
All right.
You see.
Okay.
And then we.
Uncle Rocky.
Uncle Rocky. Your Uncle Rocky. And then we start working together. You see, because he came here as an artist from Swaziland.
Okay. Okay, he was living in Swaziland and you met, become this trip teach or territorial commission, worked and you just perceived good works to three of you, okay? Okay, how was he, like Uncle Rocky, as your friend when you met in 91? How was he? How was his like stories or high and lows or his moral in art? How was he?
You know, what I did get from my brother is that where he came from, you know, he was dealing with art,
Okay,
you see, with another artist from Swaziland, you see. So that's when we did combine,
come to see.
our skills, you see.
Okay. Alright, I think now I'm going ahead. And I've overheard you talking about the Paul Madipala. How did you meet with Paul? Or culturally, exchange wise, when it comes to this thing, art? How did he invested in you, and how did you invested in him as a person perceived not only, but as a like mentor protege type of thing, like an uncle and a son, or a father and a daughter, or some sorts? How that go about?
You know, Mr. Mahdi,
The late.
Mr. Madina, he was like a mentor to us,
Okay.
you see, because we usually go to him, ask them advices, you see.
Okay.
Sometimes he show us how to work, you see, and other skills, you see. Yeah, man.
Okay. So how was your struggle as a person, as a young artist rising up, or a luminary, or as an emerging artist? What were your encounters via or in a sort of like peripherically, your riches and your losses and your gains in arts? How do you go about on that, and how do you perceive that as an artist? What were your struggles? What was hard for you to break into this art industry?
You know, the problem is we used to work with other artists, you see. Yeah, those are from a long time, you know. So we did give them some of our works, you see. Yeah, and then we didn't get nothing in return.
There was no commission.
Nothing.
So what you're telling me is that there are people who were like sort of like downsizing you in terms of like sales and everything. So they were like inevitable to you in your art. They didn't take you anywhere. Okay? So in a nutshell, let me ask you this. What do you know about this project, what should I call it? Project Intuition Blow the Horn. How do you get to know about it? Person who met, obviously you met me, and you just met my brother and my partner in crime. How do you perceive it? How do you perceive it? How do you take it? Like if you can put it as an specimen, how can you explain about it? If a person may, if it happens, like a person may ask you, why this project? Why is this tangible to you? Why this project? Why this project? Project Intuition Blow the Horn.
It's because I see that it can put us somewhere.
Yeah, in the map. Somewhere in the map.
Yes.
Okay.
That is why
You are doing this. Okay. Firstly, and in the pic, please tell us your name, your surname only, and where you live. And it's up to you. Should say
I'm Patrick Mzamana. I'm from Guatemala. I was born in 5 September 1969.
Okay.
And I used to attend school from Dokozweni Primary, and then I go to Tembalga Zulu. I end up at Lifaifa Secondary School. You see.
You are an artist. Okay, thank you.
Let me say